Hey y'all, it's Amanda with Tap Mom and the Bake Brigade. Hope everybody's having a good Friday night. It's been one of those days here. I don't know, I just kind of felt like I ran all week. So, and then today was no exception. I did have to go to Walmart and get some things. I was out of some food items that I needed, and I ended up deciding that to get the stuff to make myself my own birthday cake. I looked for a sugar-free birthday cake, but I couldn't find one. And then the last few times I've eaten chocolate, that I treated myself to a little chocolate, it broke my face out. So I decided not to get chocolate. But I do also like lemon. So I got a lemon cake. And I looked at the lemon cake frostings, and I looked at the ingredients, and they all had corn syrup in it. And I didn't want to have corn syrup. I wanted something more natural. And so I decided to make my own glaze for my cake. So I bought some powdered sugar and lemon juice, which you can make your own frosting that way and make it more of a glaze instead of an actual frosting. It doesn't have to be thick and, too thick, because frosting can be very thick, and and then you get more frosting than you get cake. And so I said, well, let me do that, because I've done that before, many moons ago, but I've done it. And so it's not hard to do. So I just got some powdered sugar and some lime juice and lemon juice, and decided I would just make my own little glaze for my lemon cake. Of course, I forgot to get flour so that I could flour the pan, so that it wouldn't stick to the pan. So I'll have to get out and get a little thing of flour, because I don't do a lot of baking around here. And I know I could probably have Vince make me a cake for my birthday, but I just want what I want. And I think I got a bundt cake pan around here somewhere that I might use, and I've got my little flat. I don't know which pan I'll use yet, but I just wanted what I wanted, and so I bought that. And while I was in line, I got my earbuds that I play. I talked about that in a video the other day, that I have earbuds that I put in my ears and walk around the grocery store, so that I don't have to engage. It makes grocery trips a little bit faster, because I tend to talk to strangers if I don't have earbuds in. And so, because I'm a very, sometimes I can be kind of quiet and don't want to talk to strangers, but then other times I'm a little too outgoing. And so, yeah, it makes me stay on task if I'm listening to music. But I did notice something. I didn't buy any yarn, but I always seem to find myself walking down the yarn aisle at Walmart. I always just kind of I'm always curious as to what, have they cut it down further, or what do they have there, or whatever. And they had something new. I did snap a picture of it and send it to the girls, and I was like, look at this. And they had the new gradient cakes from Line Brand, the new Mandela gradient cakes, the 4-weight ones. They sure did. They had the burgundy color and the blue color, and they were gorgeous. They had them for just like $5.97, I think is what they were asking, and they were so soft. Now, another YouTuber had compared the texture of them to Michael's Loops and Threads value yarn. I don't agree with that assessment at all. I agree that they're thicker, they're plushier, they're thicker, they're a thicker 4. I agree with that assessment, that they're a nice 4-weight, but I don't agree with the texture part of it. But of course, I think that person has skin issues that maybe that I don't have. So our opinions are going to be different, which is good. It's good. It's good for everybody to have different. I don't have, thankfully, praise God, I don't have skin issues like that. Now I just I still do have a little bit of carpal tunnel, and some yarns that are very dense or stiff make me have to work harder, and I will stray away from, and there's nothing wrong with Red Heart Super Saver. It just makes me work harder. You know, it's harder for me to work with because it's more stiffer and it's more denser. And so some of the more stiffer and denser yarns are harder for me to work with joint wise, not texture wise as much as it just kind of works me hard, you know, if that makes any sense. But this yarn, I don't think it's going to be like that. I think I'm not going to have any problem working with that at all. It was very, very soft, very, very, really pillowy soft, really nice. I just didn't buy any because I didn't have yarn money. I don't have any need for it right now. I just wanted to love on it for a minute and leave it right where it is because it'll be there. They'll have some, you know, but that is a really good price. The just 3 cents shy of $6 a cake is a pretty good price, seeing as they go for $8.99 on Lion Brand's website. I'm not sure what they're going for on Joann's, or if I think Joann's had some, but I don't remember. But I know that that's a pretty good price. Just right at $6 a cake is a pretty good price for that. Now, Walmart does not offer any coupons or discounts, so whatever the price is what the price is. So that's the only downside, and that they only had 2 colors of it, that's the other downside. But I happen to really like burgundy. So there's that. So when I do decide to get some, if I get some from Walmart, I will be going for the burgundy. So yeah. And at $6 a cake, I don't think is that bad. I don't think that's a bad price at all, considering what it is, and the gradients is gorgeous. I know Creative Grandma Glenda, she made a blanket with that yarn, and it's gorgeous, stunning, gorgeous. She has a tutorial for it. If I can find it, I'll link it in the description. She has a tutorial showing off that yarn, that Mandela gradients. I believe it's a it's a ripple chevron pattern kind of tutorial. Super simple, super easy to follow. I probably will make one eventually. I really liked her tutorial. It was super easy to follow, and I believe I probably will make a blanket like that at some point, because I will use her tutorial and make a blanket like that. It just it's on a long list of things that I want to do. But I don't know if I'm going to use a gradient yarn to do it. I do have some ombre yarn that I can use for that I won't have to do the clipping and you know, the striping in of it. I can just, you know, keep going and just let it do its thing naturally and not have to change colors. Now she changed colors and you know, did all that, and it looked great. But I'll probably use something that I don't have to change colors in to do that particular blanket, because I'd love to see the ombre effect in that pattern. I think it would just look gorgeous. And I have this let's see here. Oh great, it wants to come out of the sleeve. Speaking of Red Heart, this yarn is actually kind of soft for Red Heart, and y'all all know what it is. It's ombre, but this is the Scuba. They came out. I got this last year or earlier. I think I got this last year, but yeah, this is the new Scuba color, and it's really actually very nice. And I of course have it in Ziplocs over here. But it's actually a very nice. It's not bad as far as stiffness goes. It's not bad at all. But I just liked it because it wasn't quite turquoise. It's more blue than it is green, and but it's gorgeous. And I have 5 of them at 482 yards. So I have more than enough to make a really good size blanket in that pattern that Creative Grandma put out in her tutorial. So I'm definitely going to do that at some point. I have this ombre, and I got the burgundy. I can't remember the name of it, but it's a burgundy color. And I have, I think, 3 in the burgundy ombre from Premier. And I'm going to probably, it's so close to the Red Heart burgundy ombre that I'm just going to run those. I'm just going to put those in the same project and I'm just going to alternate them, because I think together I have about 6, and I'm just going to alternate them. I'm going to do 1 Red Heart, 1 Premier, 1 Red Heart, 1 Premier in the same project, and just stagger them like that, and I think it will look just fine. And so that will probably be in a ripple or a chevron pattern of some sort, because I think those patterns with ombre yarn are gorgeous. And so that is another plan for another blanket. I think that Red Heart probably is one of the better yarns for blankets, because it lasts. It just really does. You cannot beat it for longevity as far as lasting in a blanket. You really can't. You can't beat it. I mean, I know Premier's yarns are like that too, but I mean, if 50 years from now, which blanket do you think is going to still be here? The Red Heart blanket or the Premier blanket? I don't know. I'm voting Red Heart, since it's been here for 100 years. You know what I'm saying? So, just saying. So don't sleep on Red Heart yarn. I have a bit of it myself, but I'm very selective on what colors I get, because as we all know, different dyes treat the yarn different, and so some of them are going to be softer based on how the dyes treat the yarn. Because some of those colors, and I've gotten some of them, like the ones that they came out with, the speckled ones, oh my gosh, some of the colors were really soft, and some of them were like sandpaper. It was awful, but they were gorgeous. They were really pretty, but some of them were like sandpaper, and I was like, nope, that's gonna work my hands to death. Anyway, so besides, you know, going to the store, and I got flirted with in the checkout. Believe that? I was barely, that's where I was trying to get to before I got sidetracked with yarn. But I was coming to the checkout, and I was and some gentleman had turned and was talking to me, and I couldn't hear a word he said because I had the earbuds in my ears, and so I pointed and showed him, and then I took it out, and I was like, huh? Because I'm hard of hearing on a good day. So, you know, with the earbuds, forget it. I can't hear you. And so I took it out. I took them out and put them in their little holder in my purse. And then he kept talking to me. And I thought we were just having a friendly conversation, you know, because I'm new to this being more attractive thing. So, I mean, I was always somewhat cute, but I was really fat. So it was kind of hard to tell. So he just starts talking to me and just chit-chatting, and I'm just like, oh, you know, I'm just my friendly, outgoing self, just being myself, you know. And he just asking this question and that question, and I'm not thinking anything about it, because that's just me, you know. And then he asked me what my channel name was, so I told him, and then he left, and then the girl, and I asked the cashier, I said, was he flirting with me? Because I'm oblivious. Honestly, someone has to be very blunt for me to notice if they're flirting with me. They have to actually come out and say direct things to me for me to get it. And and she said, girl, he was trying so hard. She said he was really flirting hard. And I was like, oh. I said, well, it ain't gonna do him no good. I'm spoken for. As far as I'm concerned, I'm spoken for. I mean, Vince and I are, you know, taking it slowly and whatnot, and, you know, and I'm giving him some space, and real, you know, things are progressing, but I'm not looking for other interest, you know. I still have feelings for him, and I'm, you know, not looking to explore other things. So, yeah, dude was wasting his time. Nice enough guy, though. I mean, nice, really nice guy. You know, he was, you know, respectful enough. I just, he wasn't overtly, you know, bluntly, you know, so that's why I didn't quite pick up on what he was putting down. I rarely do. It's usually, they really have to say, oh, you're so beautiful, or oh, you're, you know, they have to say something that really, like, it hits me like, oh. Because I'm just like, no. I don't get it. I don't get it. So, you know, I'm just one of those people that's just, I miss certain social cues. I just do, you know. And apparently he was trying hard. But he was being too subtle. I don't get subtlety. I'm not a person who really gets subtlety. I need someone to be more forthright and blunt with me. I don't really always pick up on subtlety. I don't know what that is about me, but I've always been that way. I need someone to spell it out. Spell it out to me, please. I don't get subtlety. So, yeah. Don't dance around it. Don't, you know, take a drive around the subject, you know, before you come to a point. Just spell it out. Spit it out, Bubba. Time's a wasting. We got places to go. Anyhow, on another subject, I made really good progress on Will's blanket today, and then I did one sleeve to the sweater for Eva's grandbaby Piper. So this is one of the sleeves. I'm doing them in panels like this because I wanted a particular look. I have a particular design in my noggin. So, and I really wanted to step outside of the box and get this. I hope y'all have your calendar ready and you're marking this down. I did Crochet Acrobats. Me, Amanda, Tap Mama, Crochet Acrobats. Look. Puff stitches, folks. Puff stitches. Oh, my goodness. I did. Aren't they pretty? Yep, they're pretty. But this will go along, right along here on the sleeve, because I'm going to seam it up like so with the variegated on the bottom. This is the idea. Anyway, we're going to seam it up like so. And then this part of it will be sewed to the shoulder. And then this will have a bright green cuff put at the wrist. And so this is what we'll be working with. And this will be along the top of the arm. So, and this wasn't hard to do. And I made notes. Of course I made notes. Where are my notes? My notes. My chicken scratch. How many rows did it take me to do this? And how many rows? And I measured, you know, I got my measuring tape somewhere. Oh, here. See how organized I am? Measuring tape. Right at the ready. Yes. So, anyway, yes. So, one sleeve down. And then I'll do another sleeve. And then I'll start doing panels. But I wanted to do, I wanted to get this, because I wanted to see if I could pull this off, you know, and make this look pretty. And I'm very happy with this. I'm very happy with this. I just, new me, new stitches. And I wanted to do something special for this little girl. And hopefully come up with a new sweater design that might make me some money at some point. So, flexing my crochet muscles. But with Will's blanket, I got all of the white done. I got the green and then the white done, and now I'm back to the variegated. And so we're getting there. We're getting there. This is our row now. So it's getting there. It's hard to say, but I laid it out on my bed, and it's made quite a bit of progress. But I needed to take breaks, and try to break up so that I didn't get in a. I did play the blues music and work on his blanket, but I started getting too hot because of that blanket, and I said, well, let me work on this little sleeve and see if I can pull this off and get this to look like I want it to look. Because there's a reason why I did the variegated, then the pink, and then went back to variegated, because I had a certain look in mind. So there's a reason why I did it this way. Some people are like, you got all them ends to sew in now, but trust the process. Trust the process, because there's a picture in my head. So yeah, trust the process. In a couple of weeks, you shall see. You shall see. Hopefully not too long, but yes. I have another project. I know I have another cardigan that's sitting over here in this whip bucket. Everybody knows about that project. That project is in the freezer storage. It's in the ice zone, because I haven't quite decided if I'm going to finish that yet. And I have my reasons, and I will not be bullied. So I'm going to let that sit right where it is. I will not be bullied about that other cardigan that I started a while back. But it's currently on ice. It will eventually get done, but right now the reason I started it is no longer there. So not there at the moment anyway. So I'm not gonna work on it until I feel like I want to, and right now I don't want to. So I will work and finish Will's blanket, and then I'm gonna finish this hoodie, and then I'll see what else pops up between now and then. There's the pullover that I want to do out of my book, and after I get Will's blanket done, I'm going to start another big blanket project for myself, maybe. I don't know. And then, of course, there's Christmas gifts that I want to start. I'm going to use Johnny as my measurements for Vince's sweater, because they're similar in size. I think Johnny's probably a little bit bigger than Vince. I think he's probably a little taller than Vince. Not a lot taller, maybe a couple inches taller. And his arms are longer than Vince's, I think. But otherwise, they were. Vince said he's most comfortable in a 3X. So I can always pull one of Johnny's shirts out and use it for measurements. One of Johnny's sweatshirts out that's 3X, and use it for my measurements, and do it that way. But I think I'm going to probably use either that brown and turquoise puzzle yarn I have back here that's really nice. I'm either going to use that, or the gray and cream scarfie. I don't know. I'm torn between the two. I might just take pictures of both of them and show them to him and see which one he likes, because he kind of has earth tones in his home. He has decorations in earth tones, but his clothing is all over the place. I think he's probably similar to me, that just wears what's on sale. What's comfortable, what's on sale, what looks okay on you. He's not big on fashion sense. So but I'll take a picture of both of those yarns, and because I think those are my best two candidates as far as his sweater goes, and I'll just get his opinion between those two. I think is the best one. And of course, I got a sweater that I'm going to be making John as well. I have Premier Color Fusion Chunky. I got about 13 skeins of that set aside for John, with I got a solid color of blue, in the same fiber content and thickness, in a yarn, in a Hobby Lobby yarn that I got on clearance earlier this year, that I'm going to use for the cuffs and the collar. It will pair nicely with that painted desert color, because Johnny, I had gotten like, I think about 3 or 4 skeins of that yarn from Cheryl in a yarn swap earlier this year, and Johnny pulled that thing out of that box and he said, ooh, and he started squishing it and rubbing it against his face. He said, reckon I could get a sweater out of this, Mom? What are you gonna say to your kid when they do that? Of course you can. And so I knew I couldn't make his sweater on 4. I think I had like, it was either 4 or 6 skeins. I knew I couldn't get a sweater out of that little bit amount. I knew I needed more, because my son's a big man. My youngest son is a big man. Not a fat guy, not real, huge overweight. Just, he's barrel chested. He's broad shouldered. He's a big guy. And so I wanted to have more than enough of the yarn to do it. So I found that yarn on sale and bought more of it. And then I was like, well, what am I going to use for the cuffs and the neck and the bottom trim? And so then I found that yarn on sale, on clearance at Hobby Lobby, and that was the perfect color to complement that other color. So yeah, I'm set for Johnny's yarn. I've had that picked out for months. So that's probably Johnny's Christmas present. But I could probably have that sweater whipped up, in a week and a half or so. It's just 2 panels and arms. I may do his arms like this, because I think this is going to be easier than trying to crochet on the arms, going around and around and around and around until I get them long enough. You know what I mean? I think these are going to be much easier to do than that. This I can seam up, and then I can, sew it to the inside of the sweater, and boom, done. So yeah, that's I think this is going to be my new way of doing sleeves. I'll know more when I get all the pieces done to this hoodie and go to put it to assemble it, and see how it all goes together. If it all goes together pretty smoothly, then this will be the new way that I do sleeves. Just by measuring, the garment the same size as the person I'm making it for, and using my measurements, and writing down all my stitch counts. That's what I've done with hers, is I wrote down how many chains I did for this sleeve, and how many rows I did in this stitch, how many rows I did in that. That way I can duplicate it on the other sleeve. Plus, I'm not going to seam this up until I get the other one done, so that I can make sure stitch for stitch I have this identical sleeves. Because you don't want to, I don't want to seam this up and then not be able to compare the two and make sure that they're identical. Because this is, that's the whole thing about customization, is you want to make sure, it's identical. Otherwise it'll be lopsided, and then it's being sent several states away, and I won't be able to just take it apart and fix it for her. No, it's not leaving here until it's perfect. But it's the same size as me, so I'll be able to actually try the sweater on and make sure it hangs right and everything before I send it off to her. So she and I apparently are the same size, so that works fine, even though she's like an inch shorter than me, so that's fine. Anyway, but that's about all I got for y'all tonight. I did have a little bit of a stomach issue earlier today. I had some trapped air that caused me to get sick. I don't know why, but it just seemed like I couldn't quite get, I don't know if I ate too fast or what, but I hadn't got sick like that in a long time, to where I actually threw up. But I tried to eat some noodles, and just, I didn't even get it halfway eaten, and my stomach went, nope, and then I was reaching for my trash can. So yeah, But I waited many hours, and I took I have nausea medicine that my doctor gave me, prescribed to me. So I took my nausea medicine, and I waited many hours. And then about probably less than an hour ago, I had a couple of scrambled eggs, and my stomach accepted that just fine. So there you have it. Anyway, I keep saying that. Sorry, y'all. I'm tired. I'm getting sleepy. I've been up a while. I got up earlier than I meant to. But, and I worked a long time on Will's blanket today. A really long time. And I probably will do some more if I'm up to it before I go to bed. Because I'm really trying to get it done. I'm really trying to get it done. And I really see I can really see the finish line now. And I want to try to get it done this coming week. I think if I really try hard, I can get it done this coming week. And that's the goal. That's definitely the goal, because I can see the finish line with it now a lot closer than it was. So, but I love y'all, and I hope y'all are having a good night. And I hope those of you that are in the path of the hurricane that's came up and hit Florida and the Carolinas, I hope y'all are safe. And I'm going to be in prayer for y'all that, that everything's going to be okay for you. You're on my mind. Those of you that are in that area, I'm thinking about you, and I'll be praying for you. And please know that. And please know that Jesus does love you as well as I do. And of course, please remember to adopt, don't shop. Your best friend could be waiting for you at the shelter or the rescue. And I will see y'all tomorrow. Bye.